My follow-up question to that is, you both have the same exact 2 love languages? I think someone's lying, and it's probably him. I think his love language is blowjobs and young titties. Young hot
22-year-old titties. Wow, I feel like that's like every guy's love language.
Yeah, it's so weird. Crazy. They all share that one love language.
Welcome to Guys We...
And if you want to email us, it's sorryaboutLastNightShow@gmail.com.
This week's subject line says, I think my boyfriend's best friend's girl wants to fuck him. Oh, no. Wild. New fucker here. I started listening to your podcast after you had Esther Pavitsky and Kalila from Trash Tuesday on. Esther, new mom, congratulations.
Oh, yay.
Baby ace. I am currently in a relationship. We started dating in late December and made things exclusive in March. My boyfriend, we'll call him Larry.
Oh, you don't like him.
Lives with his best friend, James. James is currently seeing a girl. We'll call her Dana. Dana is much younger than us. We are in our late 20s while she is 22 years old.
So much younger.
That's really sweet that you think that.
That's some 20s shit.
What are you, 28 and she's 22? Wow. Dana expresses a lot that she is frustrated with James for not making things exclusive since they've been dating since October of last year.
That's her problem.
Yeah. I feel for her, but I also can't give her much advice as I know James is seeing other women.
Oh.
And it's just not my place to mention anything.
True.
Mm-hmm. Lately, though, Dana has been making remarks about my relationship. A few weeks ago, she mentioned she didn't understand why Larry and I were together as she is much younger and I quote hotter and it would make more sense for her to be in a relationship than me.
Jesus, she thought those things and then said them out loud, huh?
I didn't take this personal because I know better. She's self-projecting. Well, she's projecting. Self-projecting isn't a word. So
you are correct. But goddamn, the audacity.
Well, and also just like, does she think she's hotter because she's younger, or is she actually hotter? Because people have this thought in their head.
If she was actually hotter, I think that guy would date her.
Well, the thing is, it's like they're like, just because you're younger, like doesn't mean you're hotter. In fact, like I'm actually loving how badly Gen Z is taking care of themselves because it's really working out for millennials.
We look great.
We look great. Really helpful.
Best I've ever looked.
So actually, you guys look great. That's good. Don't iron your shirt. After that, I noticed Dana being very flirty with my boyfriend. Uh-oh. She's constantly complimenting his physique.
Oh, that's fucked up.
And I catch her staring at him a lot. This weekend, she had her back to us. We could see her phone, and I caught her looking at provocative pictures of herself, knowing Larry and I could see what she was looking at.
Oh, wow.
That's a me move. That's a great move.
Look at these titties.
That's really funny.
I would totally do that.
Now, I'm not saying my boyfriend is a saint. I catch him staring as well, and I'm sure he loves the attention from a young, attractive woman.
Correct.
Who wouldn't?
I love it.
I almost brought up how uncomfortable she makes me feel to Larry, but I heard this week's episode where Corinne said to never mention the person you feel uneasy about. I mean, listen, if there's an actual problem, but like my point is like a lot of times people will consistently bring up the same thing and you're basically pushing your boyfriend into another woman's arms when you do that. So
correct.
Again, like sometimes what we want to hear and what we hope is like socially true is not the same thing as what the truth actually is. And so please don't kill the messenger.
You know
what?
And if you're in your 20s listening to this, you lucky fucks get to hear that advice. Do you know how much better my life would have been if I got that advice earlier?
Like just like once again, like it is not normal or safe or healthy the amount of time, unfiltered time I spend with adult men. But because it's hurt me so deeply, I am trying to heal by giving you the truth, okay? And then people get mad at me. I drop truths during stand-up sets, like things like, men actually do care what you look like.
Yeah.
And then people get mad at me.
What?
What? I don't know what to tell you.
Are you fucking serious?
The things that men in my life have said about their partners physically has kept me up at night.
Can you give me an example?
And that's just all I'm going to... I mean... Like I've had multiple men go through like body part by body part and saying what they like and what they don't like about a person.
Hot? Like, was that man in a good physique?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
not incredible, but all the people were like, yeah, good looking people.
I mean, the point is we're after the wrong things,
and that's like
guys.
not okay. But I'm just saying, like, do you want the truth or do you want what you wish was true? And do with that information what you want. You shouldn't make you feel bad about yourself. But like we're just women tell each other lies.
Yeah, because we want it to believe it.
Right? It's not helpful.
But it's not helpful.
And everyone's probably mad right now saying Corinne's I'm just reporting back.
Look, I was on your side, 20-somethings going, what, Corinne? Stop bumming us out.
Yeah.
She's right.
I just don't, I don't know what to tell you. I haven't had much experience with feeling jealous, so this is new to me. To be honest, I feel a bit childish because I know she is only a baby and I can't expect her to know any better.
Well, she's 22. She's not fucking 5. She can be accountable for herself. Just because her prefrontal cortex is 3 years away from being full does not mean
funny.
She doesn't know to not tell another woman's boyfriend that, you know what I mean? To comment on his physique.
So funny. I also know Larry is an amazing guy who wouldn't cheat, especially with a girl his best friend is seeing. Okay. You're also like said, but Larry does like look at the nude pictures of her while she's looking at them. So like,
yeah, but that's a guy.
Again, but like I just don't. It's like so much animosity towards this woman, and like then your boyfriend's a complete angel. Like we always have this mentality as women. It's just like. Yeah, you can mention to your boyfriend, like, hey, it's fucking, I see you
uncomfortable.
Like, you can just like say it in a jestful manner. Any advice on how I can cope with this jealousy? I've heard this show long enough to know you may have some follow-up questions.
Thanks, girl.
How much time are you spending with your boyfriend that you have to worry about James and Dana? I see him about 3 to 4 times a week. I know you'll probably say that is a lot, but our love language is quality time and physical touch, so it works best this way. My follow-up question to that is, you both have the same exact 2 love languages? I think someone's lying, and it's probably him. I think his love language is blowjobs and young hot
22-year-old titties. Wow, I feel like that's like every guy's love language.
Yeah, it's so crazy. They all share that one love language. Since they live together and share a common interest in sports, music, and movies, we spend time watching games and movies together. Now, I definitely don't believe you.
Well, do you do anything that you like?
I love sports. People get so mad at me. I'm like, I like the Knicks a lot. I got very into this season, but I just feel like you have other interests. Why not spend more time at your place instead of his? My roommate has cats and Larry is allergic.
That's what he says.
So making adjustments for Larry yet again. Take a fucking Claritin, Larry.
I was going to say, get some Benadryl, bitch.
Yeah. Why is Dana there so much if James and her aren't in a relationship?
Good question. That's a good, yeah.
I don't know. It seems that James likes her, but not enough to make things exclusive. I mean, Dana has,
James got a rotation.
But also, though, this is where the youth might come in. A guy will keep seeing other people until the chick is like,
are we exclusive or not?
Yes.
They'll get their dick wet.
What you allow is what will continue.
Yeah. And you know what? I mean, women, as you get older, I guess, do the same fucking thing. Like, oh, I don't want to seal this deal because I really want to fuck Dan over there.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, why would you
put yourself in a prison cell?
Propose something that would, like, when you have your cake and can eat it too.
Hey,
like, why would you propose something different for yourself? It actually logically doesn't make sense. Like, men are doing what's best for men.
That's the damn truth.
I've learned so much from men about self-care.
Yeah. Well, I think of like my dog Kevin is a Dachshund and his nose is super close to the ground and he's a hound dog. So his nose is super strong.
Right.
And like if there's a crumb, he's on it.
Right.
Like we try to play soccer. There's a crumb, he's distracted by it. I'm like, that's kind of like men with titties.
Yeah.
It's just not personal.
Yeah. It's just a crumb, you know? I'm hoping I answered all your questions. I also attached pictures. Oh no, so now we get to really make the decision who's hot and who's not.
Hotornot.com.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, it's really amazing that we all don't have severe eating disorders.
I can't believe it.
Growing up with hotornot.com.
Yeah.
Did you guys know, if you're young and listening to it, did you know that when mommy were your age,
so hard.
there was a fucking website, a URL that you would go to and people would upload pictures and they could upload pictures that were of you without your consent. Yep. And then everyone in your school would vote on whether you were hot or not.
Yep. And then we would all gather around our friend's computer in the living room and see what the answers were and if we agreed with them.
Yep.
And then we internalized that sexism that was getting thrown at us like a dart.
Absolutely.
Woo!
I love the show and advice you ladies share, so I hope I am fortunate enough to get a response from this email. Also,
Girl.
sorry if the subject line was misleading, but I knew I had to get your attention. LOL. James 26 is the left and Larry 28 is on the right.
Ooh. James.
Okay. All right.
James. No offense. Larry's cute, but James.
James looks like he's on the fucking, what's that game where, Dream Phone. He looks like he's one of the cards on the Dream Phone board, like very California-y. Okay.
Okay. This is her. This is the other girl.
That's the other girl?
Yeah, not the writer, I don't think.
It looks like she kind of looks like that chick from Euphoria.
Oh, yeah.
The Latina girl from Euphoria.
Yeah, she's cute. She's super cute. She seems those titties, girl.
She does have a nice rack.
Good titties. Oh,
belly button ring.
Belly button ring with the butterfly on it.
That's
Been
cute
there,
as
my
fuck.
friend.
That's cute as fuck.
Is this? Oh, you're hot.
You're very pretty.
Oh, fuck. Anyway. Yeah, what? Okay, you're hot.
You are very pretty, and
You're gorgeous.
yeah.
What?
So I don't know what the problem here is.
It's the youth, maybe. Yeah, you're fucking smoke show.
Yeah, I mean,
girl.
like you look like a woman and she looks like a girl.
Yeah.
Like I can see that. So if he likes
She
girls,
looks like a girl. She looks like a girl. You know what? She looks like a girl with a woman's tits. That's like a jackpot.
a girl with a woman's
Eric's
tits.
laugh. I'm going to take that as
Do you like a woman's tits, Eric?
on a
like
girl.
That's no.
A little,
I say over 18.
Okay.
little
But
droop.
she's got really woman titties.
A little. What is it? Teardrop? Yeah, a little
Well,
teardrop.
so I'd be curious, Corinne. What would you do in this situation? I try to make it funny for me, and I would talk to this chick.
I would troll my boyfriend Larry a little bit, like because there's a difference between bringing
take
it
a
up
video
in
of him
an
looking at her.
insecure way. Yeah, I would like do something to like troll him, but in a humorous way.
Yeah,
just once, just to say I'm not fucking stupid. I see what's going on, and like get it together, and that's it.
Yeah,
because
you wouldn't say anything to the chick.
No, because then you're letting the chick know that she has power.
Right.
I don't think that's a smart move.
I would look at her and give her a smirk to let her know that I know what she's doing.
Yeah.
That's probably what I would do.
Yeah, I mean,
Like my mom used to do this thing when we were driving where if someone would cut her off in traffic, or she would cut someone off in traffic and then they would drive by honking so pissed, she would just wave at them.
Right.
I love that tactic. So I would do something of that equivalent to this chick.
yeah, I mean, my rule of thumb, I guess, is that I just always kind of direct the aggression towards
the man.
my partner. Yeah. Because that's
the only person that you have to take something up with.
well, that's my version of feminism.
Right.
Quite frankly.
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
Just
that's
like,
pretty
I
good.
mean, and I've iced women out before. Like,
Yeah.
but that's kind of like, I don't really usually like directly, I kind of just ice them out.
Yeah.
Because it's not
They don't
not
need
even
any of your
like,
energy.
It's exactly. It's just like, you're not involved.
Yeah. Take stock of your energetic bank
You're
account.
not involved.
And really think about who you're giving your energy to in this situation before you give it to them and see if you feel good about
like
it.
Like
Do a
you're
little
trying
check.
to make yourself involved and you're not involved.
Also, you're a dime piece, girl. You're hot. Like, it's not... This chick is just being a 22-year-old little homewrecker. And that's okay. It happens sometimes.
Yeah,
You know?
but it's your boyfriend's responsibility
Larry.
to not only be faithful but to make you feel
Comfortable
loved and
and sexy.
adored and like you're in a healthy partnership. So if he's failing to do those things, I would recommend directing the thing towards him.
Yeah.
And you are right. Like the girl Bella, if she that was from the other email. Whatever her this chick's name is. This young tits, 22.
Hottie.
She is projecting and she is insecure and she does feel bad that James hasn't locked it in with her. But like maybe instead of, since you're saying, oh, I'm so much older and wiser, maybe just say like, hey, set a boundary with James.
Yeah.
Because that'll do two things. You'll be teaching her how to navigate men in this tricky world. And also will get her off you and Larry's back.
Yeah.
Right?
That sounds like a good plan.
Okay? We all win.
saying.
We all win.
And that's possible, to have your cake and eat it.
Yeah, it's just, isn't it nice to find a solution where all the women win?
Yeah, honestly, it really
Come
is. Oh, yes, you're right. Guys, I've been talking about it forever. And I'm going to keep talking about it. I have a Patreon where once a week I do group therapy over Zoom. And man, these fucking Zooms have been absolutely incredible. It's the only space that I leave the Zooms every time and I'm like, humanity's headed in a good direction. There's no other space on the internet or honestly in real life that I feel that way with. It's pretty amazing. So join us, patreon.com/Krystyna Hutchinson. I have a kind of a comedic self-help podcast called The Voices in Our Heads that comes out every Monday on Mike Coscarelli's network Slickback Studios. Mike is on the microphone during it, and he's got commentary, drop shit, he makes sounds. If you miss him, tune in. You get a lot of them. So listen to that every Monday, wherever you get your podcasts.
And after you buy tickets to Salt Lake City, Utah on September 26th at CorinneFisher.com, you can also check out Without a Country. We are officially off the Gas Digital Network because, as I explained on the show, they did away with literally every political show they had. And a political show was one of their top shows. So they're just, pussy ass bitches.
What?
But that's fine. I'll explain to you later. I mean, honestly, I'm fine with it. It was probably a move that I needed to make for myself. And sometimes the universe just lights a fire under your own ass.
That's true.
But I still can use their studio space for free. So no shade to them. I still love them. They've definitely nurtured that show for a long time. So you can head over to YouTube and you can subscribe to Without a Country podcast. Those subscriptions are even more meaningful now because it's going directly to me at Without a Country podcast. But also the good news is now whether or there's no subscription, so you're going to get the news even faster. We're going to start live streaming the show Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. By the time this is airing, it's already been happening for a while. But yeah, and then there'll be the town hall element that the show initially had when Joe DeRosa was co-host, where people can actually, clill in and talk like C-SPAN style in real time. So make sure you're following us on Instagram as well, Without a Country podcast. And heading into this 2024 election, I think you're really going to want to be abreast of political information, especially after Donald Trump was convicted of these 34 felonies. Because I know we were all rejoicing, but it makes me very nervous, and I think it's actually going to make people even more amped to vote for Donald Trump in this election.
Yeah, and I think a part of me, I'm like, does he want to go to jail so that people will freak out and storm the jail or whatever? Because a lot of people that support him have guns.
Well, it's just really confusing because when you are convicted of a felony as a voter, you can't vote anymore, but you can still run for president. And I find that to be extremely alarming.
Well, it's one of those.
So that and more covered on Without a Country.
You know how you see signs in places a sign of not to do something where you're like, okay, clearly somebody had to do that and fuck up for there to be a sign about this.
Like no shitting in the pool or
whatever. Right, exactly what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
And so maybe this is where we put an amendment to the Constitution where there hasn't been one in a while.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the felony thing for voters is obviously just racism at play.
Yeah.
So that's 100%. They're like, how can we stop more
drugs.
People of color from voting? And that's how they did that. They're like, oh, well, first we'll put them in jail at an alarming rate, and then we'll make a law that says if you've been to jail for this, or this, you can't vote anymore. So that's a fun trick that obviously we all noticed. But yeah, the running for president thing is fucked.
Yeah, that's crazy. I have been watching a bunch of near-death experience videos, as I always do.
Yes.
And one woman was talking about, she had this incredible near-death experience where she has all these psychic abilities now, which happens a lot. But she said something that another NDE interview said, and she said in 2035, the age of there's going to be an enlightenment period where
so
she
next
goes,
year. Wait, 2025 or
35?
35. Sorry.
So she was saying, how it seems like everything's going to shit right now, but what's really happening is all the people that are corrupt are just getting outed.
Right.
So and then
got to hit rock bottom to recalibrate.
And she said, and I'll just throw this out there just in case it's true. We'll never fucking know until time happens. But she's like, and then aliens are going to be making landings, and it'll be undeniable.
Wow, so I was 10 years.
Can't fucking
11 years.
Can't wait.
11 years.
But one thing I wanted to share that I thought was very interesting from these NDEs is that most time this woman said this, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And I looked it up, and there's a lot of people that say the same thing. Again, we'll never know if it's true, but most people don't incarnate with their soulmate because Earth is so dense, in terms of energy, and so
What do you mean they don't incarnate with their soul? What does that mean?
Meaning their soulmate is usually either in another world, another universe, or another. They're not on Earth at the same time as their soulmate. she said. So like the people that we like fall in love with or are best friends with, a lot of times they're like in our soul family, but it's very rare for a person to reincarnate with their soulmate.
I've literally never heard that because I was actually just reading up like about how we have so many more soulmates than like we thought. Like there was like I read this whole thing about like there's like 5 different types of soulmates. There's like it's kind of like that old like stupid saying that we would say in like middle school, like people are with you for like a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Those are kind of just like different versions of soulmates.
Yeah.
And so there will be, because it's like hurtful to think that like, but basically like if you've dated anyone for like, a couple years, like that was probably a soulmate.
Yeah.
But probably just a soulmate that was like there to teach you something or heal you in some way or heal themselves in some way.
Yeah.
And apparently there's only one, what we are searching for when we, in movies and stuff is the divine love soulmate.
Oh, I've never heard that
And that's
one.
like the one, again.
That's different than twin flame. I mean, this is all speculation, right? We'll never know.
Twin flame is different.
Twin flame's
again,
like toxic, from my understanding.
Twin flame, I don't know that if I fully believe in. Me and my therapist talked about it, because she's into woo-woo. Me and Kira, she doesn't believe in it, so we can't talk about it in sesh. But
you can talk about it here, girl.
But yeah, and then there's obviously like friend soulmates and things like that.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
But anyway, the last thing I wanted to say, I know it's summer right now, and if you were thinking of like, wow, I don't have a summer vacation to go on, I don't have enough money to do this, and you were looking for kind of an idea, something new, something positive to do, I highly encourage you, if you don't have the ability to adopt a dog or a cat, or even like a guinea pigs and rabbits actually are available, if you would open your heart and your home to fostering an animal, shelters are at capacity almost every place in the United States. So many animals have been surrendered post-COVID adoption, or because people are in bad financial states, they have to move to a place where that doesn't allow animals. Not only are shelters at capacity, we still have so many kill shelters in the U.S. And this is never really, like historically, this rarely happens, but 1-year-old dogs and even puppies are being euthanized and put on the euthanasia.
Jesus Christ.
Krystyna made me gasp for air. So, and there's other things besides owner surrender. There's owner death and no one else in the family can take it. Owner incarceration, just a lot of things that I think we don't think about on the day to day. So, maybe you don't have the ability or the finances right now to take in a dog or a cat, or again, a rabbit or a guinea pig, for the rest of your life. But even getting it out of the shelter for a month.
Do you get a stipend for food at all, or no?
I don't think so. I think that's basically part of it. But like a month's worth of dog food is not
crazy.
expensive. And a lot of times for a shelter, if like when they post the dog and it says like foster needed, I share to them a lot in my stories, usually in the middle of the night, because that's what I do to lull myself to sleep. And my mom said stop doing that, but that's a long other story. Basically, like if it says foster needed, and certain people don't or either have a pet already or can't take in an additional pet or don't have whatever, a lot of times people say, well, I'll sponsor $10 or I'll sponsor $20. So if money is the problem, if you offer to actually open your heart and your home to the animal, you can probably easily find money from people willing to donate to feed and take care of that animal for a month, and just getting it out of the shelter increases its chance of getting a home, because animals do behave a lot differently outside of the shelter. There's a lot of
they're not in a cage.
Shelter stress and trauma. And keep in mind, when you go to a pet store, especially for puppies, and I'm not making this up, this is not a conspiracy, it's just a fact, they drug the puppies so that they act like nicer in the window, because an actual puppy is extremely high maintenance and wild, and they wouldn't be able to be in that glass case like that. So they drug the puppies, and then you get it home, and the puppy starts acting like a regular puppy, and you go, "Oh no, this isn't what I signed up for."
Terrible system.
Like a puppy is a huge responsibility.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. I've just seen a lot of at capacity shelters, a lot of young dogs on the euthanasia list. And also I've just in New York City actually seen a lot of animal abuse recently. And it's hard to stomach, and you don't know what to do, because similar to human abuse, when you witness it, if you kind of confront it, it's going to make things worse for the animal at home because the human's going to take out the fact that I yelled at them on the street out. And it's extremely hard when you call the police to get them to do anything.
Shit.
So, yeah, I mean, like I've seen in the past, like 2 months, like when I was on the highway, but this guy was like dragging this dog like super aggressively by like the neck, like from the leash, like so that it was like front paws were off, and I didn't know what to do. I'm like literally zipping past on the highway. I couldn't pull over. And then in my neighborhood, this woman was like obviously like trying to train her little puppy and carrying around a paper towel tube and just whacked it so hard I heard it echoed half a block away. And like I had to get my dog away because I was like, but I'm gonna fist fight this lady. I mean, the dog's yelp haunted my dreams for many weeks.
Oh my God, Corinne.
So anyway, but I did a ton of research, and again, like there's not a lot you can do, even in cases of severe animal cruelty. And again, I know this is like not what you tuned into for the show for, but like this is just like the facts are the facts. Even in cases of severe animal cruelty, not only is it extremely hard to prosecute these people, it's sometimes hard to even like get a dog chained in someone's backyard out, like if the owner doesn't okay it, out of that person's possession, because animals in many states are still treated as like literal property, not a living sentient being. So again, I'm not trying to guilt you into it, but I'm just like trying to make it like really clear why.
Well, there's something very clear we can do to help.
To do it. And also, for the love of God, the easiest thing you can do is to spay and neuter your animals. The amount of people that I know who have the money and who have adopted animals recently who are like, I don't want to do that to the dog, whatever. Like, spay and neuter your animals. Like seriously, it's actually just wildly irresponsible not to.
Also, Justin told me they have a higher chance of getting cancer if they're not spayed or neutered.
I mean, I'm sure whatever he said is correct.
I got Kevin neutered the second he was of age.
Like, you gotta do it. Dogs and they are extremely resilient. They'll get over the momentary pain. Like, yeah, the dog might be mad at you for a day, but how about you get over it and stop the animal surplus population problem that is, so it's like, okay, your dog's dick will hurt for a second.
It's okay. Kevin didn't care.
Or you're going to create a new litter of puppies that will all be euthanized in 6 weeks of life because no one would adopt them, which sounds like a better option for
your
you.
Dog's dick.
I'm just like really angry about it at this point.
That's enraging.
Anyway, so that's
switching gears.
That's my PSA. Yeah.
That was a bummer, but you gotta talk about it.
I watched the video, so you don't have to.
It's not a bummer.
Today's guest.
Yep, that's correct. She's a writer, actress, producer. She's a fucking hilarious stand-up comedian. I saw her on a show that I was at recently, and I was like, you have to be on the podcast. You can watch her special, Funny Women of a Certain Age, on Showtime. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Carol Montgomery.